I designed a snowflake wreath, actually several, one in blue and two in red and white. I called them my candy cane snowflake and my peppermint snowflake, and then my blue snowflake. And I had so many people comment that they liked it, and I actually had over 900 hits on one of them. So I decided, and I had so many people ask, how do you do that? Can you share how you do that? So I decided for Christmas I would demonstrate how to make my snowflake wreath. I've never done really videos or any tutorials before, so it's not like watching a Unique in the Creek video or Michelle with Monkeys Creations, but you'll get how to do it. And this is the final wreath right here. It's kind of big, but it turned out really well. I think you can see it really well. So anyway, in this video, you'll see how to make it. I do, as you can see, add a lot of little things, and I do that as I go along. It's just a creative process thing, and I see where something needs to be added, and I add it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy it, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments for me. I'll answer, and I hope you have a great Christmas. It's Laura Grisham. I had promised that I would show you how to make one of my snowflake wreaths. I will tell you this, each one is different. I plan it, or I lay it out as I go. I'm going to show you how I'm going to put this one together. It's going to look something like what you see right in here, with the center, some Star Trek petals, doubled, a daisy chain petal with the ribbon in the center. These petals here are actually the same. They're just flipped over. This one is up with the fold up, and this is with the fold down. And I'm putting small ornaments in the ones that have the fold up. And then here are the curls that I'll show you how to make. But in the center is just a piece of foam that I've covered. You can see I cut it in half. I got a thick piece, cut it in half, so I'd have two of them. And I covered it with glitter foam with hot glue and floral pins. And then I made a glitter foam snowflake, which takes a while. And I've glued that on here. And you can find directions for those all over the internet. I see reels of them on Facebook every single day. I have saved tons of them in Pinterest in a crafting file to go to as reference, and that's what I do. I go back and I go through them and decide which one I'm going to use. On this one, I used a turquoise glitter foam and a dark blue, royal blue, and silver. The rhinestones are actually from a shoe clip that I took apart, and I used the bigger piece here, and then I just kind of randomly placed rhinestones around it. And then I had a chain rhinestones, and I cut them and did this, and then put rhinestones in between each section. The rhinestones and shoe clips and brooches that I used to make bridal shoes and glitter flower girl shoes, and had an Etsy store, did rather well, but got kind of tired of all that glitter. But anyway, I have a lot of shoe clips and brooches and stuff that I used to use with my shoes left over, and that's what I'm using. But you can buy this stuff all over the internet. Hobby Lobby, Michael's, Joann's, in wedding sections and in the jewelry sections and stuff, and probably on eBay too. I haven't checked recently, but you can get them that way. And if you buy the shoe clips, you end up with two pieces that you can use. So anyway, it's worth it. They make really pretty centers, as you can see. When the sun hits them, it's just amazing. So anyway, that's what's going to go right here. And I'm going to put these large bells. I got these at Dollar Tree. I can't believe I found these large bells there. But I'm going to put them around between the Star Trek and the daisy chain petal, all the way around. So that's kind of an overview of what it's going to look like. And I'll go ahead and pause now and get ready and show you how to make each of the petals and how to prepare your board. So let me show you how to make that petal. And I usually use a patterned mesh for that particular petal. I just like it that way. The red and white one, it was a candy stripe kind of metallic mesh. And I get most of my mesh from Trendy Tree, which is, I believe, in Mississippi, and I'm in Arkansas, so I get my orders really fast. And the other, I like Craft Outlet also. And I have bought from Unique in the Creek and Deco Exchange. I just use Trendy Tree and Craft Outlet because I receive their stuff really fast. Okay, you take a 10 by 10 inch piece and you have it cross side up and your factory edges on the sides. Turn it into a diamond shape. Take the top, fold it down to the bottom. If it matches up, that is wonderful. If it doesn't, that is fine too. We're going to stretch it like this. And then we're going to take this and we're going to, and I use two hands, y'all. I've watched a ton of videos to learn how to fold petals, and everybody folds them differently. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to keep stretching because I kind of want a pointy type end up here. And I'm going to take this one and put it right there. And notice too how the stripes start to match up in this particular one. Now I'm going to take it and pinch it right here, and I've got a petal that looks like that. If I want it to spread out a little bit more right here, then I would come down further on my where I'm holding it. But I'm going to kind of put this one over a little bit and pinch it. And I'm going to go ahead and clip this. And rubber band it. And I've started using 2 rubber bands because I got tired of them breaking all the time. So anyway, we're going to rubber band it. Okay, and it looks like that. And then we just take our board. Oh, and I need to tell you about the board too in just a minute. And I'm going to put it, I've got 2 petals right here that are, it's the same petal, see? It's exactly the same. It's just flipped over. And I love that about these petals. Let's trim this a little bit. And I'm going to put it right side up, if you want to call it right side up, right there. And I'm going to pull it down a little bit so that these are pointing a little bit like an inch, well, 2 inches further out than this particular petal. I'm going to zip that up. And eventually, I'm going to hot glue an ornament right there, but we'll get to that later. Let's do another one. Now I'm going to show you another little trick. I don't know if it's a trick, but anyway, we've got curl side up, factory edges on the side. We're going to turn it into a diamond. Take the top to the bottom, and we're going to pull it up. And we're going to fold I always start with the left side. I don't know why. If you want it to be really pointy, like I did the ones that are face down, this is what I did. I took my edge, and instead of going right here to the center, I went a little bit over. And I'm still going to stretch. And I'm a little over. I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to come a little bit over. And if you'll notice, now you've got this really pointy petal. Just by crossing over just a little bit more. But since we've already got those petals and we're going for the seam side up, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the middle here, like that, and scrunch it up. I want that to open up a little bit so I can put an ornament in it. Okay, let's band it. Whoops. This one's got strings. Goodness. That's all right. We can cut those right off. And we put it right here. Remember, this one's going face side up. And we're going to pull it in a little bit further in so that it is further in from these two, pointing out. Okay, so that's how we do that one. Now, the double Star Trek petal. You basically make two Star Trek petals and put them together. I'll show you how I do it. I like them when I use a fabric type mesh. This silver is a fabric type, is a fabric metallic mesh. This blue is just a regular metallic, or it's just a deco mesh with metallic threads in it. It's real stiff. It's a little bit more difficult to work with, but let me show you how to make a double Star Trek petal to go in here. We're going to take this silver, and we're basically just going to make a regular Star Trek petal. So we're going to turn it in a square with our with our curl side up, factory edges on the side. Turn it into a diamond, fold it down, my edges are probably not going to meet. It's okay. I cut this mesh with, well, I think I burned the silver just because I was wood burning a bunch of other stuff, so I went ahead and did it. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to go ahead and start stretching, and it'll flip right over to form that Star Trek symbol. Okay, you see that? Nice and stretched out there. And then you're just going to pull this in and pull this in. And it looks like that, which is kind of sloppy looking. Just take your thumb and push that in, and you've got a nice little concave petal. I love that. It looks great with flowers. You can also use it on the other side and do it like that if you want to. But we're for what we're doing, we're going to be using it this way with the cup side facing up. I'm going to go ahead and clip that and now I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take it and turn it into a diamond and fold it down. This one's going to be, like I said, this blue, it's just regular deco mesh. It's harder to work with. I'm going to stretch and fold it over. Line up my edges there, and then just gather it in I stick my thumb in there. And you have to work with them. I'm kind of picky about mine. But anyway, it looks like that. I'm going to clip it. Now, I'm going to put this one inside of this one. And so I'm going to go ahead and take my clip off and carefully, try not to ruin it, put this one, let's see here, on the inside. Like that. Just like that. And you have a double Star Trek petal. Pretty. Okay. And all I have to do next is rubber band that little baby so it doesn't come apart on my board. Okay, let's trim our tail a little bit. And he is going to go right here. This one looks like it's awful high. Maybe I think I need to pull it down. I may have to I think I will undo this one. Well, there we go. And pull it down a little bit so that it's not so they're more even. Yeah, right there. Whoops. About right there. I think that's about right. Look at the difference. Okay. And I think I'm going to, of course, trim this. It's going to break my rubber band, but it's zip tied in there. If I can cut it, that's a lot of mesh to cut through. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. All right. It's going to be very pretty. I like all the blue and silver. Okay. Now, what I wanted to tell you before I go on, and I'll do another one of those so you can see, and then we'll go on to the daisy chain petal. I actually I modify my board. I went on row 2 and I burned in a hole with my wood burner. Very easy to do. Just wear your mask, a respirator when you do it, and turn on some fans and air purifiers and stuff like I do. But I burned a hole in between each set. There was a set right here, and like where this zip tie is, I just burned in between because I didn't really know what I was going to be doing. So I thought, well, I may need to, things need to be offset sometimes. I did the same thing on row 3. I burned holes in between the sets. You can see they're real close to, some of them are real close together. And then when I did that because I didn't really know what I was going to do. So now I've got, you'll see, I think I'm using some of the burned holes. I can't tell yet. But anyway, that's what I did. And I went ahead and went into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, row 4, and did the same thing. Burned in holes. So my board is covered with holes. but again, that gives me freedom to design and to offset things and things. And besides, Lori Franklin doesn't care. She doesn't care. She's just glad that we use her boards. So anyway, I wanted to show you that before we go on. Let's make another double Star Trek petal. Okay. Factory edges on the side. Turn into a diamond. Okay, and I'm going to stretch mine and let it fold right over to make that emblem. I'm going to really stretch it and pull these in. I want that little bowl shape right there. Okay, let's clip that one and hold it in place. Take my blue and do the same thing. Fold it into a diamond shape. I'm running out of room. I have to get my husband to make me a bigger table. Okay, let's see. There we go. I'm going to stretch it and fold it over. I find stretching it just folds right into place when you do it that way. I don't know why, I just kind of discovered that on my own. I'm stretching it, and I'm going to gather it right up. And it's kind of uneven, so all I have to do is kind of just tug it whichever side is not the way I want it. Okay. Now then, I'm going to unclip the silver and put the turquoise in there. Just like that. Perfect. Hold it together. The double and triple petals do take time and, you know, more mesh, of course, but you can make some really unbelievably pretty stuff, especially the Star Trek petal. I started making wreaths last spring, in the spring of 2023, and for Memorial Day, I made a wreath, and I did double and triple Star Trek and stuff in red, white, and blue, and it was really pretty. And I was surprised because I sold it. I was surprised because I had just started. Okay, this one it's going to go, okay, I see. It's going to go right over here. It's going to go, we're going to skip a hole, and then it's going to go right here. There we go. And we'll stick that one right in here. And making sure that we pull it down to get it fairly even with these. I kind of want it to where the tip of the silver comes to where these two meet. It looks like that's what's going on over here and here too. So I want to go ahead and keep that pattern going. Looks like I've got a lot to trim there too, but we'll do that. We'll do that later. Let's go ahead and cut the zip tie. All right, let's get to the triple daisy And the silver here is ribbon. And let's see, I think, yeah, that's 1.5 inch ribbon, I believe. Okay, let me show you how you do it. It's time consuming, but it's very easy. Okay, set this aside and clean up some of my mess here. I'm gonna take first. I'm gonna take a piece of mesh it's pretty, but it's inexpensive. You know, $3-4 a roll mesh, and this is what I'm gonna use for the inside to support my ribbon. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna fold it into a diamond. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm gonna take my end here and fold it up almost to the, well, actually I'm not going to go up to the top. They tell you in the videos and stuff to go almost to the top. I'm going to kind of come about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 inch further down to make it a little wider, and I'm going to fold that up. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit. Then I'm going to come along and put in some clips to hold it in place. I use a lot of these clips. You can get them at Dollar Tree, but I've bought mine. I've got a bunch. I've bought mine on Temu. They're real inexpensive. You can get all kinds of different colors and stuff. So anyway, the next color that we're going to do, make a band, is the blue. Again, we're going to take our factory edges on the side and curl side up, turn it into a diamond, fold it down. We're just going to make a band just like the white one. We're going to fold this up. About halfway for me. I want this to be fatter. Okay. And again, I'm going to clip it. So now I have these two bands, and the white band is going to be on the outside, and the fold right here goes on the bottom. So I'm going to leave it like that. Here's the fold on my blue. So I'm just going to put the blue on top of the white, and I can go ahead and when you clip it, the final piece, clip it on the fold, not on the open spot. Okay, you want, because of the way that it's easier to make the petal when you do that. Okay, so we have this. This is the outside of our daisy chain. Now, we're going to take, did I already do the, I don't see it. Okay. Oh, I did this backwards. Okay, I'm going to take my nicer white iridescent, and I'm going to do the exact same thing into a diamond. This is the one that goes on the outside. I have taken the white that I put on here is the one for the inside of for the ribbon. So let's go ahead and do this. And this stuff is hard to work with, and I have neuropathy in my hands, and they have really been giving me a problem lately. I don't know if it's because of the weather or what, but I tell you, sometimes this mesh is hard to work with. All right, now let's take this white off. This white, you can see the difference in the quality. We want the quality, I don't want to say poor, but the lesser quality mesh to go where no one can see it. So we're going to put that aside. Now then, we're going to get this right. The white goes on the outside. Remember the little inner side right here. The fold is on top. Then the blue, again, fold on top. And now we can put these together. And we have our quality mesh on top. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I've got two different whites here, and it's confusing to me. I'm an old woman. I'm getting ready to have a birthday and be 63 years old. I can't believe it. Okay, we've got our strip ready now. Doesn't that look better? And our other, this is ready for our ribbon. And I'm taking, it is 1.5 inch ribbon, just silver ribbon, and I've cut it into a 10-inch strip. And I'm going to fold it in half and take this and fold it in half like this. And, well, I'll spread it out in a minute. I'm going to stick this on the inside of the ribbon. It's going to support it. See how it gives it some fluff, I guess you could say. And then just pinch it. And I'm going to clip it real quick and then rubber band it. Let's see here. And then we're going to take our strips with the fold up with the white on the outside and the blue on the inside. And you can do whatever you want with your colors. But this works for this particular one. And I'm going to kind of stuff my ribbon packet on the inside, making sure that I keep that blue on the inside of the bands where you can see it. I want it to be seen. And there you have it. A nice little daisy, triple or double daisy chain petal. I'm going to clip that and then rubber band it. So there's a lot of steps in making one of these. But again, I guess it all depends on what your goal is. And I'm looking for a wow. So this is what it takes. There we go. I'm going to trim this up a little bit. And let's put it on our board. Okay, and it's going to go, we're going to skip, and we're going to go right here. You can't see the holes right there. And see, I've got my folds right there. They go, of course, on the bottom. So, and just put my little petal right in there. There we go. Now we have a double, or I guess you call that a double daisy chain. I guess it's called double because of two. I don't know if you call it something different when you put the ribbon on the inside or not. I don't know. But you can adjust, you know, to make your blue show a little more. There we go. So that's what we've got going. We have one petal here that we've done. I don't know the name of this. I think it's a Gerber petal, a daisy, a type of a daisy. But again, we have it going with the fold up and the fold down. We have a double ribbon daisy chain and a double Star Trek petal. Sometimes I'll add, and I don't know, I may play with this and see, a lolly petal along the inside. But if my center is going to go right here, so I think I may have room to do that right here. Go ahead and maybe do a lolly petal. I think I'll play with that a little bit and see what I need to do. I'll be back soon. To make the spiral picks that I use, I have taken a piece of ribbon. This particular piece, I've cut it at 20 inches. You can cut it at any length that you want, but I didn't have enough of this ribbon to do any longer than that. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue a strip of a color down the middle of this. And you'll notice that it's not as long, but that's okay because it's going to curl anyway. So I'm going to put some hot glue carefully down my glitter foam strip. And then take that without burning myself, I hope, and place that in the center of my ribbon. Just like that. And because this is going to curl up, if you know, putting it together like this is not really going to matter. So anyway, you know what, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here and put it on the ribbon instead of on the back of the foam. And see if, I think that'd be an easier way to keep myself from burning, myself. There we go. That matches up okay. Okay. And for some reason my glue, and it's Gorilla Glue, is so stringy this particular time. I don't know why. Okay. Next I'm going to take my ribbon and I'm going to turn it over and take a piece of floral wire or some kind of wire. You could use a pipe cleaner if you wanted to, but I like to use wire because it's stiffer and it holds better. We're going to glue in a piece of wire into this fold. We're going to fold the ribbon that we've got in half. I wish this was longer, but we're going to make do. And I'm just going to put this in here. I'm going to try to keep it in the center and then just hot glue it down. And I use quite a bit of glue to keep it in place. Okay. And then you'll want to go down the sides with the glue for the ribbon, or so that it'll like right along close to the edge with that. Okay. And then just fold your ribbon over the wire and carefully smash it down. This is how I make my little curls. I've never made any with this ribbon, so I'm not really sure what it's going to look like. And you can take your, get my heavy duty ones, your wire cutters, and, you know, yeah, I'm going to have to. And just cut it like that. And you've got a nice little ribbon. Now, you might want to kind of cut this at an angle like this. Here we go. Just to give it, I don't know, a way to shape it like that. And then I take, some people use a roller from your mesh, but I've been taking, this is just a dowel rod. I'm not sure how thick it is, but I just start and curl like this. And then I just kind of stretch it out. And because this ribbon was shorter than what I normally use, my curl is not as defined. And the ribbon is kind of fat too. It's only an 1.5 inch ribbon. I don't know, that's kind of pretty. And I usually take it and put like a small bell on the end, hot glue a bell on the end. In fact, I'll get one and do that right now and show you how to do that. I use a lot of bells. Just take, and I get them at Dollar Tree, by the way. So just get your bell and put you some hot glue on it. And put it right on the, I usually stick it right on the strip of the color. Whoops, I'm out of focus there. And now you have a nice little curl. And I'm in the middle of putting together this wreath, but I'll show you what it can look like. I would be putting, I'm in the design process right now of this particular wreath. Some of these pieces might not be in here, but I'll leave them there just to make it full. And I would put these like right here. Let me move my glue gun so that it looks like that. Can you see that? See how that would be really pretty. I like that. But that's how you make the curls, and you can do that in any color. I love the glitter foam. This ribbon is really nice too. I got this off of Etsy, but you can use just any ribbon. But you just need ribbon and glitter foam and some floral wire and hot glue, and you can make your own curls. Well, it's done, and there's the gargantuan finished product. The light's not really great in here. I did, here are the lolly petals that I decided to add. I found this pick that I had, and I just cut little berries off. I told you this is a work in progress, that you just kind of add stuff as you need it. and I just put little ones on each of these lolly petals. You can see too that they're squished in by the bells, but that's okay too. That's what gives it some character. Everything, it doesn't have to be exact and perfect to be beautiful. Here's the little curly Q things. What else did I do? I put the bells in, but the large bells in between the lolly petals. I had some bare spaces, so I only had a few pieces of this iridescent white mesh, so I took a small mesh insert, you know, the roll that the mesh comes on, and I made these to fill in these gaps where you could see petals and stuff. So anyway, they're scattered around and just fill everything out. But that's what it looks like on the inside, and that's what I did. Not hard. Time consuming, yes. It's taken me 6.5 hours of work to finish this. And I'll pause it now and I'll hang it up outside and let you see what it looks like there. Okay, I'm outside in my backyard. This is my deck door. And you can see what it looks like outside. It's rather large. Takes up the whole whole door. Anyway, I'm pleased. I think it's very pretty. Shiny, sparkly, and I don't know if you can hear, but very jingly. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it, and it's been my pleasure. Merry Christmas, and be sure to visit my Facebook page often. There's no telling what I'll do. Now that I've done one tutorial, maybe I'll do another, especially on my sunflower, since that's been another one that people really liked. Okay, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas.